I think that is very possible. They have double burn spell, but I need to take this risk. One. Let's see if they have the second one as well. Hello everyone, it's Sloth here, and I'm really excited about this one deck, and I think you will be too. Not only because the results, because man, we plowed through the Mythic like crazy. The point is, this is a mill deck with really low win cons. We have Jace and Mirrex, the true control we enjoy, and the rest is just a lot of answers, and there's even a lone Depopulate on top of 4 Sunfalls and double Farewells, so those aggro decks won't have a great time, and I'm pretty sure this contributed to the win rates really heavily. We also played 3 Smites and Soul Partition ×4, and this one was the real idea behind the deck. This was the first card of the deck, because it can be paired with Wash Away. Don't forget, you don't need to pay the cleave cost, because if you exile something, it is cast from the exile, not from the hand. So it means you can you have a hard counter spell for a single point of mana. That's insane. And on top of this, you can use Soul Partition on Jace. This is why the Jace is our win con. It's a permanent that really benefits from getting a -4, milling a lot of cards, then you get it back at the end step and you replay it for the full value. You can also start drawing cards with -2 because the opponent's graveyard will be filled probably by then. And this is the idea behind the deck. We can really use Soul Partition to a great extent with this one, and we can always clear the board. So if we slow our opponent down, it's great. However, we have quite a few situational cards, a lot of sweepers that won't be great against control, and smites that are extremely relevant against early game or mono red, but not much else late game. So that's why we play double Faithful Mending, and this card is amazing. Not only it fixes your draws, and before you watch the games, see, I play islands in this deck, in the equal amounts as planes. You would never tell this by looking at the games. Anyway, back to the deck. Faithful Mending really fixes your draw. It gives you this land that you needed. It gives you life gain. Don't underestimate the life gain. This gets you out of lightning strikes. It means that your opponent cannot kill you with one top deck, and that's often game winning. You can fix all the land fruits. So the deck is much more consistent. It also contributes to winning a lot of games. We have a negative card advantage here, so we are playing for Memory Deluge because we really need to hit it. And thanks to this, you can always change the value together with Jace that can draw you between 1 and 3 cards a turn. You just always have something to play with, and when those flashbacks, Memory Deluge starts kicking in, your opponent will just explode faster than you can say Mountain Swift Spear. Alright, so yeah, I think that's the deck. You will like it, and with all the sweepers, like those aggro decks won't have a great time, which means we are having a great time, so that's a net positive, right? Anyway, don't forget to subscribe, it really helps the channel, and I'm extremely thankful for all of you guys that recently subscribed. I hope you will like this video as well, and let's go into the fun zone of just clearing the board and meeting your opponent. We are going first. Oh my god, we have now 3 of those. Shuffler, go home, you're drunk today. Alright, we will take it. It actually is okay, because it means that the colorless mana will be... No? Alright, you ain't mono red, you got it. Alright, so we have Make Disappear into Smite, which is okay. This is what we need. Vanguard, a very good card. So let's use Make Disappear while we can. And the next turn will probably be the Jace, right? Alright, good call, good call. Why not? Let's go with the Jace. Unfortunately, it will mean that Scarf won't attack. We kinda don't mind it attacking, but you know, it is what it is. Let's see the scary 3-drop that will absolutely dominate us. You know what? I'll take Talia. I think that's the first time I ever said it, but I'll take Talia. Thanks to Elspeth Smite, she's actually not a problem. Well, she can be, but it will be so much hassle for him to kill the Jace that we'll have way more time than needed. So, like, we'll get this one extra land, you know? Alright, sure. A ward? Yeah, that's a little bit of problem. 3 damage is much higher than 2. Of course, we cannot kill Talia because good cards are good. Alright, so we need to hit stuff. Oh, hi stuff. We just need a land right now. Wash Away is pretty garbage. Farewell is probably needed. So it's between the Smite and the Deluge. Deluge gives us the value. We will probably use the mill and kill the Jace. Normally you wouldn't die with the Jace, but with the Vanguard he's at 2 loyalty, unfortunately. We need to hit a land on this turn and get back into the game. I think it might be Memory Deluge. It might be a huge mistake, we will see. But I have Farewell, so I should have some more time. Perfect. I hate drawing my cards, thank you for this. Man, it's really going bad with the land. Please give me the land. I didn't draw a single land since I started the game, and I... Oh my god, is this really happening? Oh my god, alright. Faithful Mending, the only way I can curve with lands, man. That's crazy. Yeah, like, who needs the Emperor? Like, let's just discard everything so we can play a single land. I am still winning this game, but Shuffler is absolutely mad today, man. Nothing is as it should. So we are tapped out fully, that's also good. Maybe he will play more into the board. If he's smart, he should never play more. Like, that's enough to pressure us. Maybe 1 drop or something like this. And I think he's just trying to gouge if he needs more pressure. Still, with the Scarf it's really hard to spot remove anything. Brutal Qatar. Alright, I kinda like this decision. This means he's playing like low ball and just trying to get rid of, you know, filler creatures. This is not the creature good in this matchup, so it's just whatever. Alright, so we got rid of all this crap. Let's see if the follow-up Talia will happen. Initiate, sure, and what's the 2-drop? Is it really Talia? Alright, Adversary. Much better, much better. Not a lot of pressure. Land is great. We actually really needed it. It means we can enable the Emperor into make disappear. Brutal Qatar is much better right now because of the nighttime, but it's a risk we can take. We can always farewell the board. We aren't super big. Can you stop with those scrolls, bro? Alright, fortunately, we can make a token. Please, go away. Alright? That's the deal. Go away. We could farewell this, but I think we'll lowball with the Emperor. It's a little bit better. So do we get rid of the Scarf, which is pretty fun? He can give unblockable and kill the Emperor in 1 turn. It also means he gets the training. So we remove something, I'm not sure what. Probably the Adversary. Just because it's the most damage. Without this, he cannot even train. And we can just get more stuff, you know? That will be fun. If we plus, he needs to attack with Scarf as well. I think we go for Memory Deluge and see what the options are. I mean, those are easy options. Alright, so... let's go like this. So even though we have the backup Emperor and we can lose her, we don't give up her for free. And with Eiganjo we can kill Scarf or the Initiate. So he really needs to come. Oh, he doesn't want to commit. No training, no damage, no progress in the board. You love to see it. Cool. Great. You are such a very mythic. Wow. Alright, so why is he thinking? This costs 5, so it's not the card. We are not playing Eiganjo probably. Do we want to play this? Yeah, we want to create a creature. That will help us a lot. It makes attacking much more awkward. Alright, man, I'm so hungry. I hope you cannot hear. Alright. There's no time to eat, it's magic time. Alright, there's the training. You got the trigger. So, we probably play the Emperor, right? He gives unblockable, and we play from there. So, we do it first. Now he has no reason to give unblockable. And now, Talia will trade against our token. And our Emperor is at 4 loyalty, which means we can use the Exile. He can protect with Sloth, so maybe we partition first. Alright, we didn't even trade, right? That's a 3-3. Good gameplay. And we're at 16, so we have so much time. Oh, that's a problem. That's a problem. This might trigger for a while, because he will get cards from the next turn onwards. But let's see what we draw. Alright, this could be a farewell. I think we give him one more turn. First, things first. We attack with the dude. Dude, go. Pressure this guy. I think this is the one we said hello to, right? So, important information right there. We cannot -2, of course, because of Scrap. I think, like, he cannot do it on the end step, so he's not gaining card. He needs to spend the full next turn just on the officer. So he draws 1 card, and we draw 2 out of 7. So on this one turn, we are still getting ahead with this one. Perfect. More commitment to the board. Like, he lost the game, he just doesn't know it. Perfect. That was the last card. I love to see it, because I'm making Memory Deluge. He got no value and he's out of the game and he cannot kill us. Oh boy, he's so behind. So he's basically gambling that we don't have a sweeper and he lost because we have one. Let's play Memory Deluge because it's fun. Like, we know we won the game. So we probably need some piece of value. Or just, how many mana do we have? If we hit a land, we play Eiganjo and we can counter spell. So it means we negate his next 2 draws and he lost. Even if he draws perfectly. Oh, that's really good draw. I mean, it doesn't make any difference, but it's still better. See ya. Give them 5 seconds to explode, to realize where they are. No. Alright, I mean, sure. We can do it the hard way. We have double blue. Always check the mana before the tap. You really need this double blue for a counter spell. Yeah, I figured that he might GG. And honestly, he did play well, I think. But when we got sweeper and he cannot kill us in time, like, he will lose always. Alright, opponent goes first. We have we have a lot of removal. That's what you need, right? He's highly ranked and sleeves and avatar, like, it was pretty probable that it's just mono red, simply because of the high ranking and because they are on the play, right? That's the big tell. Your opponent is probably mono red. Perfect. Fortunately, we don't play cut down. No way. He actually thought about it. And he should go away. I'm so happy Kumano is in with the haze version, because this card is never really affecting standards, so I'm sure it's not worth, you know, any nerfing. Alright, and this is the end result, right? Just playing a beginner deck and being in the highest of me. He actually plays well. He seems very aware what the possibilities are on our side. Do we want him to play a 3-mana Kumano? He cannot replay it on this turn. So let's try it. Because this could be a lightning strike, which means his board will be fully empty, and before this flips again, it will be a long time. And we need a long time, man. Alright, play with fire, so probably the best case. Bottom. He probably wants the land right now. I'm not the biggest fan of this play. I won't lie, I'm not the biggest fan. Do we want the card? I think not yet. I think I want the loyalty. This way Jace can absorb more damage during the game, and it's one of the planeswalkers that cannot really be ignored because it lowers the damage they have on board, but with haste he's much worse. Like, obviously, right? Alright, so which they seem to be playing the deck well, so it will be even harder than, you know, guys that don't read the cards. And you know, I'm not reading the cards as well often, so maybe I shouldn't talk, but you get the idea. Alright, 1 damage to Jace and a lightning strike, right? I think that's the plan. But that means Jace absorbed 3 damage. It's okay. A Strangle. I have to say that's a good build from our opponent. And we need to play like this. We cannot play this one, unfortunately. This will be hard. We need some Emperors probably. Wish I had the card to interact. Alright. We need to start hitting good stuff, man. Alright, big decision. Do we try to go for Make Disappear, which can be useful, or we go for a land to make sure that Farewell is on the next turn? I will risk it. I have 2 draws. One of them should be a land. Easy. And this means we have more options, and we definitely need more options, man. Soul Partitions are, you know, fizzly against Mono Red. This is the worst matchup for this whole card. It gets better in another one. This cannot hit the Misha's Founder, and that's unfortunate as well. We are farewelling on the next turn, right? So I guess we take the 2 damage. I don't like it. I don't like it, but I'll take this damage, I think. We could also try to counter it, so he probably replaces it, then we counter. But then what? We farewell 1 card? We do nothing? That doesn't seem like a winning play. Oh, it will be hard, man. Squee. Thank you. After combat phase. That's actually very nice from our opponent. I guess he does not expect a farewell. Creatures, enchantments. And here we go with the graveyards. Even though we have Memory Deluge and 6 mana, I'm not trying... No, I don't need to. The chance of another squee is not the biggest one. Alright. I'm like, we are absolutely not out of danger zone. We need better draws than this. Soul Partition is definitely not for this matchup, unfortunately. Because he just replaced it and, like, you need to handle it anyway. But we can make disappear something, so he will try to maximize the damage. And that's the problem, because the guys you see in Mythic, like playing Mono Red, they usually don't know how to play it. And when you actually have a good player with it, even though the deck is easy to hit Mythic with, yeah, it has way more power than usually players assume. Alright, so this will be a Soul Partition into Emperor probably, because we need Emperor against Foundry, and against this we need to think, basically. Alright. I passed the turn quickly, so... Oh, they're smart. I hate it. We still have the Emperor. They're not using the Foundry, which is interesting. They will probably replay it and try to bait out the counterspell. They know it is a possibility. This might be our chance. So if we play the Emperor, she will get burned in the same turn. Not my favorite. Alright. This is where the game begins, really. We are starting to have more options. Lightning Strike to our face with 3 mana, so we cannot counter it. Or play with fire. Let's see if that's a top or bottom. Top, so they like it. It's probably not a land then. This one is probably not the land, I would guess. And it is a land. They decided they need tempo? Bruh, you sure about this? That's one of the upsides of having Soul Partition. It makes your Make Disappears extremely better. That's not what I wanted. That's not what I wanted. Let's take Mirrex, I guess. Just because it's a land and also a wincon in a way. Getting scary. We won't be able to Memory Deluge because every single turn we will have to do something. So we are waiting until the Foundry. Until then we don't play the Emperor. Do they really have to burn spells? If they do, they won. So let's see. I think that is very possible they have double burn spell. But I need to take this risk. One. Let's see if they have the second one as well. They don't. Alright, Faithful Mending. Definitely what we need. Do we go for Memory Deluge and keep the chain going? We could also go for Jace to try to close the game. I think we need card advantage and just to start closing it. See? He had one burn spell and that was a good, you know, correct decision for him to start doing it. Let's start to go above 3 so Lightning Strike cannot kill us. If he didn't kill us, it means he has no way of killing us. So Soul Partition and Sunfall. It could also be double Sunfall because we probably will never play it. But that's for later. Now we play the land. And we keep the mana. But see? First Faithful Mending, already getting out of reach of lethal. So this is not a burn spell. I wonder, is it a land? Phoenix Cheek. Huh. Alright. Let's see the attack. With Soul Partitions we actually have quite a lot of time. I want this. It's actually good because it enables Mirrex token as well at the end step. And with one card we won't die to this. He cannot attack with the Founder, so we don't need the Emperor mana. Let's see. He replaced a Phoenix Cheek, sure. You got it, my friend. We have this against Mishra's Founder, so maybe we can start reversing the tempo. But we have also a lot of mana and a lot of good cards in the deck. Let's go with the Jace. Will we mill them or just kill them? Let's go for the Jace. We can negate the Phoenix Cheek this way, right? So let's play this. So it means steal the Emperor. That might be his turn to shine if we play this. So maybe we just keep up the counter spell and Faithful Mending. They're very careful, so they might attack. They know we are very, very low. Alright, let's try it like this. I think the next turn might be the Jace one. Right now we... Oh, that's a factor in this game. They know we don't have easy way to close. And they're going for it. Good. Good. That's very good for us. So they will also want to pump. We go instantly, so they think they can pump it. Maybe they will. That will cost them full turn. Ah, you want it and you know it. I think we both realize that opponent is doing mind games and they know about it, that we can just remove it in response. And I wonder if they will take the risk. They have seen we played Eiganjo, so they should know we have different removal. Otherwise, we'll just not prioritize this land too hard. Like it's you know, the difference between what 8 mana and 9 is not so huge. So the general guess should be that we have a removal, but they might be a little bit too greedy. Very nice, very nice. I like it. And that was a big blunder of the game. We're back to 6. This is wasted, they cannot play anything else. And you know what? Let's go with the Faithful Mending. We have enough pressure on the board. Okay, I hoped for Elspeth Smite. Definitely a Sunfall. Honestly, one Make Disappears probably can go. See, you don't need wincons. They just leave the game moment they feel they're behind. So honestly, wincons are lost slots. We'll make a deck with no wincons, don't you worry. Alright, opponent goes first. Make disappear with no blue mana. That's, man, two color deck. And we get color screwed like basically every second game. That's crazy. I think we have to take it. Also, we have a Sunfall, which means that on the draw this is the fastest sweeper we can hit. And you know that this will be some kind of aggro, because that's the only thing that is played right now. I honestly think we go double playing, and then we might Faithful Mending on the Mirrex, because that's our only source for blue mana. So good at Magic. Man, they played a 1 creature and a 2 creature. That's crazy. Alright, that's a good draw. It fixed one of the problems. So now we are playing a standard game. Talia. Man, so good at Magic. Imagine the training it took to play those 3 cards in a row. Man, how are you 93% with tier 1 deck? I don't want to draw in conclusions, but you know, there's something there. Alright, so 4 cards to go. Our opponent basically ended the game already. That must be so much fun in Magic. Just play 5 cards in a row and that's it. Alright, so we will Soul Partition this one. This will be a problem for later. Future Sloth will handle it. Still 5 damage a turn because he was so good at playing 1 drop and 2 drop. So a bit scary still. Alright. He can play Adeline on the next turn, but she only gets haste with 1/1 basically. Perfect, thank you. You are the best. And we get hit for 6, which is not 8. And that's the big deal. Sure, enjoy. Hope you enjoy losing games on your opponent by 2 lands. Or 2 life. Emperor into what? Probably a land. Is it a life? No, we don't care about the live game. Alright, good. Do you want to go away? Or you are still pretending you are in the game? We have 2 types of players. The ones that instantly scoop. Alright. Some insane value. But no convo. Bruh? You sure? How could you not hit a creature in your creature? Man, there is something wrong here. Also, Talia was on turn 3. Oh my god, he actually didn't play Talia on turn 2, because he played it on turn 3. I thought he just drew her, but he probably wanted this 1 extra damage from the adversary. Man, he actually misplayed this game as hard as possible. I love it. I love it. Man, if we are not in numbered Mythic while playing aggro deck, you probably are doing something really wrong. Cool. I kill it. I make the token and I'll Soul Partition whatever you play. So the game is over, we just need the cleanup duty. And I'm pretty sure we won it already. Vanguard, cool, very very cool. So I could try to bait them into attacking into this, but let's not play into our opponent making mistakes, even though they probably will. Let's make a 5/5. This stabilizes us fully. We don't need to attack because he has 3 cards to our infinite cards. Adversary, sure. Do you want to buff something? Maybe? It's a really good target for Soul Partition, because not only it gets removed, it's basically an ambush, because then the stats are lower and you get very good trades, and it also means that the next adversary he plays is much weaker. Let's go with Memory. I should play the other one, or shouldn't I? It's fine, it's fine. Do we go with Faithful Mending? No, we don't care. Actually, we'll Soul Partition it right now. I have the ward cost. So I could go for the ambush, but this is a bit better, I think. Finally, he realized the situation in which he is. Alright, and we are closing to the higher Mythic, just beating aggro one after another. And as always, man, you could think that we play 0 blue mana in this deck. How is it possible that we get color screwed like every game? Like, I had more consistent draws with Esper than this man, even though this is more consistent by default, which means that Spell Pierce is not an option. Great. Perfect. So I'm keeping Mirrex in case I need, for example, second blue for Memory Deluge. I mean, it's never great, but it's an emergency. Man, I'm checking the deck list after this game. Do I really play only plains and no islands in this deck? Because I'm pretty sure they should be like even. Not amazing. Definitely not amazing. But we need to roll with it, because our draw is garbage. 2 damage. You got it. Yay. Alright, I Soul Partition, which means... So he got mana screwed, I got color screwed. This is the full control mirror experience. Oh my god, I still... Man, those planes. Just planes. He actually thinks we are playing mono-white control. That's kinda fun. Our draw is so bad we look like a different deck. We'll definitely play the Emperor. In the worst case, we take up the counter spell, and later we play Mirrex and just make tokens. And if Emperor sticks, we have huge advantage. I mean, I'm playing with half of my deck, and he... Alright. Playing soccer, right, alright. Always read it, because he could choose the or the token creature, and then you sacrifice, you know, you get data. We have blue mana, yay, crazy. It's almost like we are playing a 2-color deck that should be consistent. Especially that we play quite a lot of, you know, double lands. Man, looking at this, it seems that we don't play blue basics at all. Alright, enough about the colors. Like, of course our opponent is also having... Yeah, I'm not protecting it, bro. It's fine. What a game! Guys, high Mythic. Man, it's... It seems like 2 grandpas just trying to play anything. He cannot make this appear, so let's go with Memory Deluge and fix this game forever. So, Counterspell is great. I will play Jace on Mirrex. So I play Mirrex, I pay... He will scoop in a moment probably. And we will pay 3... or 2, 3, 4. So I have 1 blue mana and double white. Actually, what, you know, with this draw, make disappear might be better. And we should get the Jace, in my opinion. We have Spell Pierce as well, but you know. Perfect game. Absolutely perfect. Nothing goes wrong for anyone. Still, we fixed our color. Slowly, but please, Mirrex, just give me the blue mana, alright? Perfect. And do we mirror him? No. No. With plus, because we can kinda protect. He already used double edict. Don't ask me what the second edict was on. Did he really, like, choose... Oh, I think he has chosen the non-token creature, right? He forgot it's a token. What a quality game of Mythic. This, guys, this is how Mythic looks like. Alright, we're going first with Faithful Mending. Nothing can go wrong right now. We also have 1 blue mana. We probably will need second one. Mirrex always a bit worse to get rid of double blue counter spells, so we might go for Faithful Mending, but we'll see. Huh? It changes. Alright. Soul Partition. Maybe we just play lands. Yeah, we will use the thing. We could try to go with Jace, because it seems like a control deck. Will they have a 2 mana counter spell? Let's see. Let's see. The chance is they missed, but apparently they do not. They always have it on turn 2. Alright, alright. Let's see if they counter with something. Probably not. Not for 2 mana. That's not great. This is really bad. Let's go for Faithful Mending and see if they counter it. It was hard to get this one island. Let's get rid of the Farewell. We have Sunfall, we have a lot of stuff. This is what we have to do. What are you doing, my friend? Is this mono blue with white? Maybe. There is a Mindbreaker, so they want to mill us. And they can because we didn't hit our lance right. So that's really unfortunate. Alright, I mean, we are both playing mill, but in different versions, and we got mana screwed. And we are still getting mana screwed, man. We have a lot of value. Man, I need to keep playing main phase just because I cannot hit my lance. You could think that I don't play blue mana in this deck. I assure you, there is a blue mana in this deck. But you know, just 40 cards into the deck. Apparently we don't play those. See? They're all in the graveyard. So many blue lands. But not in the end. Let's see if they can do something else. Finally. Alright. Now, the real check. How many Jace are in the graveyard? 1, 2, 3. I see. Let's just got harder. Alright. Finally! Turn 6, we rectified our 2-color mana base. I know, it's crazy. Alright. Alright, I think I have an idea. The problem is that, okay, one more check. Soul Partition, 1, 2. That's the third one. So we have one more partition and one more Jace, and we need to make them work. No sense in countering it. It's a good value for them. They are getting a lot of dead cards from their hand. Exactly. So they basically draw 2, but we cannot really afford to counter it. Fortunately, we have Mirrex. 4 cards. So we can deny this draw if we want. Alright, you got the card. You got the card, my friend. And we definitely need to start putting pressure. We have 20 cards and a lot of like control over the game, so I think it should be okay, maybe. And the blue mana is definitely hard on this game, man. We are missing so hard, but we have at least Mirrex, right? We can make 1 token a turn, unfortunately, but maybe the Emperor is a different wincon than the Poison, so that's something to consider. Alright, you got it. You got it. I think like they're limited on the mana. We actually, even though we lost control early game just to fix our mana base, it is fixed kinda finally. I would prefer to have like 2 more islands, but they will need to do something very, very quickly. And for this we need counter spells. We have 3 of them. That's okay. That's okay. We can try to pressure them both in damage and in poison. I honestly think it might be even better, right? We have a lot of turns, and in order to mill the rest, they actually need to resolve a spell, and they need to cast it first. Do they have Jace? So far not, but they definitely usually should play Jace with this, because the Mindbreaker mills half the deck, and then it's Jace. 4 cards. And the spell. The spell will be what? Probably some kind of removal. A bit irritating, but I think we have to let it through. 4 cards to go. 4 good cards. That was our last Jace. Wow. Man, you are so good at milling. Oh, that's... So we just turned off one of our game plans. Let's go with the... Mirrex is uncounterable. That's a good quality. And the next spell is what? Maybe Sunfall? Depopulate, probably. So this is a bit better against Depopulate. They need to resolve Jace still.
I'm not overconfident.
Alright, let's put some pressure. And don't forget, after they sweep, we make instant Mirrex. I would love to draw cards and ensure the land so I can double token. Of course. Man, the draws are absolutely destroying us this game. Like, no joke. The real opponent is not our friend Xak. It's the Shuffler that cannot give us blue mana. Smite. Sure. Alright, that changes my play. I will go for the token then. I wanted to plus with the Emperor, I guess missing the damage. But if he plays like this, maybe he won't go for a sweeper. We will see. We can put a lot of pressure every turn. Like, imagine if there was no recent Mindbreaker where we had to main phase spells just to hit our lands. So they will try to hit something. Probably the Mindbreaker, right? So 4 mana. We can counter it. We can Soul Partition it, which, given the Jace is out, we probably will just partition it. And he needs a lot of mana to make it work. We cannot mill him anymore, which is unfortunate because that's our actual main wincon. But the poison tokens should be enough. Oh, that's his main phase. Cool. Yeah, right, he needs to pay the mana. So, what's the plan, my friend? Huh? I have a suspicion that we might win still. We need one more land to go for full Mirrex, but we are not drawing them this way, you know? Let's go with the even split. Honestly, I could see counter being on the Samurai. Also, it doesn't play around Wandering Emperor. And they are digging. They are digging very, very hard. Probably for like Elspeth Smites. But they're okay if you keep trading. The point is that I have 13 turns to kill him. I would probably prefer some extra counter spells. If I wasn't recording, I would check all the counter spells and make them math, but we don't have time for this. We need action. And the action we will get. 20. Yay! We got him to 20. The fact that we are 1 mana short of double token is such an insane difference. Alright, this might be something that triggers the counter spell. 4 more cards. 9 turns. And another spell. Let's try. Alright, my friend. We could wash away whatever he gets with chapter 3. Alright, so the real card will come through right now, I would guess. Let's see. Yep, I have the blue mana, my friend, and I can casualty. So this will be an important turn. He is considering his main play. Oh, that's not his main play, sure. Like, that's expected, my friend. That's not what you really wanted to resolve. Honestly, he wanted to resolve this. I would depopulate first, to be honest. To get a counter spell and then play rest, because we can just do this. Oh my god, the Tapland, of course! Oh, Shuffler, why do you hate me? Alright, so our double token will be literally as late as possible with 11 cards in the deck, but that's still fine. The small problem is that we are running out of counter spells, so we need him to not have too much stuff. Probably at least one of the cards in his hand will mill us to the end. I didn't see the Jace, but man, can you even really not play Jace with this deck? That's the whole point, right? And the Founding is okay, but as you can see it mills 4 cards. Thank you. Exactly. Exactly. Alright, so he needs another counterspell to have even chance of doing this. He sees a lot of mana tapped. Hopefully he plays another Jace. Thank you. You are so great, man. Like, what would I do if you played it correctly? That would be so much harder. We probably wouldn't win, but... And it always feels like this, that we have worse draw, but somehow we make it work just because we get some extra edge that we shouldn't have. And I'm thankful for this. And finally, we can make the... See, he prioritizes right. He knows that he dies to poison probably faster than anything else. And that's one of the reasons to put the counter on Samurai. But then you kinda give up the damage plan at all. The point is, he has 2 cards. And we have a counter spell, so he needs two extremely strong cards, and now he doesn't have it. I think we just won. Told you. Like, despite all of what happened, imagine if we just had open mana for Mindbreaker. How different it would be. Imagine if we could make double token earlier. Now untapped basic lands, easy. So, I hope you brought some sweep. We will put a lot of pressure. Don't forget, even if he sweeps fully. By the way, that's why we play Temper. Look how many turns of pressure she provides. But even if he sweeps, we make instantly 2 tokens and he's at 5 poison. And he won't mill us those last turn cards. Ah, perfect. At an instant speed he cannot mill us as well. So it means we can tap out fully, there is no danger, and there is no instant sweeper as well. No settle the wreckage. So, let's put the counter here. He obviously fears poison, so let's prioritize differently. Alright, it happened again, I didn't have the space, but that was the last turn before he exploded, and I thought the game is pretty cool. So what happened? We attacked with all 4 poison counters, and he was hesitating a little bit. I thought he might have instant removal, but he didn't. He passed the turn, he went to 9 poison, and that was when I said that we kinda won the game, right? Because even if he draws a farewell from the top, even if he has it in the end, he needs to tap out heavily, which means that we have double Mirrex open and he's at 9 poison, so whatever he does, he cannot kill us, and we had multiple turns before the game ends, right, because we had still some library, and every single turn he needs instant removal ×2 just to answer the Mirrex. So that was over, he fought for a moment and he just exploded on the following turn. So that was the end of the game, and with this game we hit the numbered mythic. That was actually the first game we have played. And coincidentally, thanks to this, we kinda have the outro. So guys, really hope you enjoyed today's video, and thank you for watching until now. That's extremely appreciated, and it also really helps the channel. So enjoy milling your opponents and see you tomorrow.